All right, down here on my walker yard, this is a new one. I don't know if I've filmed this yet, but when I purchased these colonies and stuff from my buddy, he talked to the people and they're gonna allow me to keep my bees or these bees here. So we're gonna go through them today. I'm gonna do a mite wash on these as well, kind of just confine them down into one box if I need to, or tighten them up the best I can and go from there. This is gonna be a really good yard. I think it's right on the edge of a little town that's got a ton of fruit trees, and there's some alfalfa fields and stuff out here, and it's gonna be, I think this yard will be a really great asset, and I'm excited to take this yard and roll with it. So when I'm doing my mite washes here, I just take either one of these containers and I just pre-game it and fill it, I don't know, enough that I know that it'll swash the bees around and kill them. So I don't know if there needs to be an exact, I don't do an exact number if there is supposed to be, or an exact amount. I just make sure there's enough in there to cover the bees that I need to and swish them around and make it happen. So let's go do some mite wash. So we're gonna get into this colony here first. This one is a feisty hive. It's got some upset girls in there. I don't know if probably needs to be requeened, but they are a little bit feisty. Maybe they've got a high mite count. They're agitated, who knows. But we're gonna break into them, and they seem kind of loud. It might be queenless. No, I'm pretty sure we found the queen last time we were in here. But doesn't mean there can't be a problem somewhere with the queen. Man, they sure don't have much resources. This is my first time doing a deep look into these colonies here. Did a little bit of a look last time, but kind of was running out of day, and man, plenty of honey and stuff on that. Pretty good brood pattern there. Lots of bees, looking real good, actually. Might not need to consolidate this one into one box. I see a bunch of young larvae, but I'm not seeing any eggs. Yeah, there should be some eggs in there, but I'm not seeing any. Check this next frame over. Yeah, these girls got a temperament. Hear them getting roaring up, rearing up, whatever. Getting mad. I'm not seeing any eggs. Perhaps they're queenless. No, I swear there was a queen in this colony last time. Not that she couldn't be gone now, but plenty of honey and fair amount of brood there. I'm gonna get in the sun here and look a little better, see if I can see. Yeah, I'm not seeing many eggs. Interesting. Yeah, there's a few here and there scattered, but it's they're kind of sporadic eggs. Let's get down into the bottom and see what's going on down in there. Looks like there's a fair amount of bees down there. I'm gonna kind of center this colony a little bit here. I like my brood nests to be kind of right in the center of that. Right there if I can help it. Whew, yeah, these ones are some grumpy bees. They're lighting my little gloves up. Not a lot of resources down here in this bottom box. I'll tell you that right now. I might be able to confine them down into one box. It's like most of these frames aren't even drawn out or being used. There's the queen right there. Okay. We're not gonna mark her because I don't want to take my gloves off. Good, good. I think we can put these into one colony, or into one box. That's my plan here. Because these frames got nothing on them. A lot of bees, a lot of activity there. Oh, this is gonna be fun. But it's what they need. That one ain't got a lot on it. That one's got quite a bit of brood. Put that there in the center. Need to get a mite wash done on these as well. Let's see, I wonder if I can maybe exchange that one for a better frame. Got one with more honey here. That one's got quite a bit of resources on it as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. I can get this other one down in here. But I need to get some bees in a wash real quick. Come back into here where there was some brood. Don't see the queen. I don't know, I know they say you need to get bees off of open larvae, but man, if there's mites in your yard, I think you're gonna have mites on all your bees. Foragers, nurse bees. I don't think they're just gonna be on the nurse bees. I mean, the foragers are usually the ones who bring it in anyways, so make sure I don't see the queen there. I'd like to get a few more bees, I think. A fair amount right there. Just scrape that down the side. Kind of makes them a little irritated, but oh well. This is very critical. People need to do mite washes and take this part serious. Give that a good shake for a second. I'm going to tighten this up. I think these bees have a fair chance of making it through the winter. If they do, I will probably requeen this one because they seem to be just a little bit more aggressive than I would like. Take this box and stuff with me. Just gonna leave that frame out, let them rob it. Get this cleaned up. That one's got a fair amount of honey on it. Get that lid put on and give this a little bit more of a shake here. Boy, they are tearing my hands up. Let that settle. I'm not seeing any not seeing any mites on that right now. They might just be a good old grumpy colony to begin with. I'm gonna tear into this one a little bit and see what we got going on over here. This one I believe was a drone layer. We threw a queen cell in here, but I'm kind of betting it didn't. Yeah. In fact, looks like they've died out right here. Yeah, this is a dead out. There's dead bees right there. And probably because of a mite infestation right there. I'll show you in just a second. Those bees have mites on them. Yeah, that queen cell wasn't even developed anyways. I just broke it and it... Yeah, these poor girls. I can see mites on this. See if I can get my camera to focus here. There's a mite right there on the neck of that bee. I know it's hard to see on these. It's that little shiny spot right there. So I'm willing to bet that if you can see mites on your bees, pretty good chance that's the problem. Yeah, there's one right there on that thorax of that bee too. One. Yeah, bummer. So this one's a loss. So I'm pulling out all the frames that don't have anything on them. No resources. There is a brood nest right here. Maybe not. Not much on this. I think your nest is in that top part. That's a pretty worthless frame. Not worthless, just nothing on it to use. this colony is pretty much, that whole bottom box is pretty much nothing. So I'm going to break that seal. I'll put this box back right here. I'll go through this one, top box real quick and see what we got going on. Some nectar in that one. Probably going to replace some of these frames too. Like that one doesn't have much drawn comb. This one does. Give them some better frames. Some resources on that one, but it's kind of swampy. Nectar, capped honey, and eggs and brood and larvae. So lots of pollen. A lot of open larvae right there. A few drones. This might be a pretty good one to take a sample off of. Quick browse, make sure you don't see the queen. I wish I had my half cup measuring cup thing, but I don't. So I'm just gonna have to do it this way. Not seeing the queen. Let me get a few more off the front of this one here. Call that good. Yeah, this ain't a bad little colony established here. I think they're gonna be okay. They might make it through the winter. They got some weight on them. Let's see if I can find any of these frames that would be best to put back in there. That's the one right there. That's a good frame. Throw that in there for them. This one's got some resources on it. Drop it there. Actually, that one's got a lot more resources, so take that plastic one out. Drop that guy in. Okay. Let's get a mite wash on them real quick. Let me shake that up nice and good. A little bit more cleaning up I gotta do, but alright, I'm gonna let that settle for a second. I start tearing into this one. Doesn't look too used up. Again, I like to immediately just, any frame that's got nothing on it, toss it to the side. That one has a little bit of stuff on it, but not much. Yeah, that one's not. That one's got nothing. This one's got pretty good resource there. Whole sheet of honey. Some brood right there, so that ain't a bad frame there. These are all drawn out pretty good. Quite a bit of nectar right there. That's enough to keep bees alive. So that's good. Pop this, set it to the side. See what we got in the bottom. See if we can consolidate them down into one happy box. They're getting a fair amount of. This colony ain't doing too shabby. That's a box. That's one that's, you know, there's some honey on there, but it's not a whole frame. When I have these other frames that have got more resources on them, you know, I'd rather separate that one than like this one, because this one's got a bunch of open nectar on it. That one's got brood. I don't want to get rid of anything with brood on it, for obvious reasons. Those are winter bees that are in that brood right now. Not seeing many eggs. Seeing some young larvae. There we go. This frame, oh, that's a pollen frame. That thing's loaded with pollen there. That's a good frame to have, and then this one is empty. So, check mites real quick. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Yeah, this one's bad. If I can get the camera up to kind of show you. That thing is loaded with mites. That last colony. So I'm going to do a quick count here just to try to get a ballpark idea before I add more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that one's bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, yeah. We're over the 50s in that colony right there. So that's a mite bomb ticking there. Crap. I want to do a wash on this one and see how it looks. Probably going to get that yellow lidded one and do it on this, because I'm going to take that and count it and find a better number. Although I don't really need to, I guess. Over 50, that's, I know there's probably not 300 bees in there, so it's well over. This one I'm not showing any mites. So I'm gonna dump these bees out. Grab these bees. Get me a cup full off these. Sure I don't see the queen. That'll be enough to get an idea. Bummer, that colony's shot. Okay, find them down into one. Which is good. See you later. I know there's not 300 bees in this one. And I got at least, quick count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. Okay. So these two colonies here are pretty mite heavy. All right. So this walker yard, fair amount of mites. Every colony, well, all except the super aggressive colony. All the other ones had quite a few mites. These are some pretty high mite counts. As you can see those little brown dots there, those are all mites. Not exactly sure what to do because they're already fairly small. They're quite infested with mites. I gave them a dose of oxalic acid vapor, but at this point, being as late in the game, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking they'll just maybe have to see what they can do through the winter, and if they survive, then sweet, but I don't think they're going to survive the winter. Yeah, too bad. It's a bummer. That's a lot of mites. I don't want to move them to my yards, closer to my yards, and infest them. And I'm not aware of anybody around this area that really has many more bees, but I also don't want them to infest them and become mite bombs. But I really think my best bet this year is to just ride them out, see what they do. If they die through the winter, then I'll just, the comb and stuff is valuable, and so I can just reuse that, and maybe I can bring splits and stuff over here. But I think this yard's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna make it. The mites I washed on the other yard was really good. There was hardly any mites. However, this one, as you could see on that mite wash, there's a lot. I counted over 50 something on that one. And then on the other one, there was 40. And then on the other one, there was 27, 28. Significant amount of mites. But this was actually out of the last colony I just checked. And yeah, it was on this end one over here, down there anyways. Oh well, we got to figure out how to deal with these mites as beekeepers.